Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are interested in self and personal improvement, if you like to learn new ideas and skills from different non-fiction books, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel and enable the ring icon to get notifications of all my future videos. In one of my past videos, I have reviewed one of Malcolm Gladwell's bestsellers known as The Outliers. If you guys haven't seen that video already, I'll leave a link down in the description below so you can check it out. And I just want to say that I really like the way Gladwell breaks big and complex ideas into smaller ones and makes it really easy for the reader to comprehend. And today, I'll review another bestseller for Gladwell, one of his earlier works, a book called The Tipping Point. How do you deliver your idea to the biggest possible number of people? Let's say you have a product, a video, or even a YouTube channel like mine. How do you actually make sure that your idea, product, or video get to the hands of as many people as possible? This is the point of this video. We will learn how to deliver your idea. We will learn the secret behind the spread of ideas. Our world is crowded and full of ideas. And your idea is only like a tiny needle thrown in a haystack. So how can you make sure that your idea really stands out? Think about how many advertisements you see every day, how many products, YouTube videos, and websites are pushed towards you every single day. The question is, why within those millions of ideas, only a very few number of them really spread and get delivered? Why do those specific products, like let's say a clothing trend or maybe a channel or a video, spread like a viral virus? The main idea that Gladwell is trying to deliver here is that any viral idea, viral video, or a website has to go through a point, and he named this point the tipping point. And through this book, Gladwell did a long study to explain why a tipping point basically tips. And for your idea to get to the tipping point, there are essential requirements, and Gladwell breaks those requirements down into 3 main points. The first requirement is known as the Stickiness Factor. This factor basically is a checkpoint for your idea to know if it's good enough and convincing to stick with people. And to know if your idea can go through this checkpoint, ask yourself this simple question. Is my idea solving a problem and offering a solution for people? And let's say that your idea went through this checkpoint. The next question you need to ask yourself is, how do you present your idea to people? How attractive is your idea to those people? Let me deviate here a little bit with this example. If you go back to your YouTube history and look at the channels that you spend most of your time watching on YouTube, ask yourself, why do you always come back and watch those channels? What is it that makes you come back to those channels and actually spend time to watch them? And here I can almost guarantee that this channel has the stickiness factor. The person has a special way to attract and persuade you with the content that they present. And this works especially with educational channels. For example, I personally like Khan Academy for anything that's related to my homework. I used to watch them almost every day, and that's because they have the stickiness factor. In my opinion, they can explain the material in a way that is easier for me to understand than anybody else, and it really helps to stick it to my mind. This idea does work in the world of business as well. Think about the big companies that know how to market their products. They use phrases and words that really make it stick with people. Why do you think a huge number of people around the world like Apple and Nike products? It's not really a secret. This is the main idea here. Try to figure out a way to make your product or idea stick and make it different than others. Requirement number 2 to help your idea to spread is known as the law of the few. In order to deliver your idea to the biggest number of people, you have to first look for a few number of special people. And this idea is based on the Pareto Principle, also known as the Pareto distribution or the 80-20 distribution. A basic way to describe this principle is to know that 20% of the population does 80% of the work. Let's take another example. If you are a business owner, you might have 80% of your profits come only from 20% of your clients, or 80% of the work that's done in your company done only by 20% of your employees. And let's say you play in a soccer team, for example. You might have 80% of your goals come only from 20% of your players. So here, the special people that Gladwell are focusing on are the 20% of the Pareto distribution that do the 80% of spreading of your ideas. And we can divide those people into 3 different groups. Group number 1 is known as connectors. Those people are the type of people who have big social relations. They are extroverts in their nature and they know a lot of other people. Making friends and meeting new people is an easy task for them, and the relationship doesn't have to be strong and deep with others. They don't need to know the details about each person, but they know a huge number of people. Group number 2 is known as mavens. Those are the experts in a specific field. They have one huge interest or topic, and they are experts in it. Any question that might come to your mind about that specific product, find a maven and he or she will solve that for you. If you just take a moment to think about a person that you might know that have those qualities, I'm pretty sure that you will have one. Think of a person you know who you go to every time for advice or questions about an Apple product, for example. Or this person that you go to if you have any questions or concerns about cars. Those people are not greedy in nature, and they usually like to spread the information and the expertise that they have. And last but not least, group number 3 is known as salesman. I also guarantee that you know somebody who knows how to sell, whether they know how to sell you products, words, ideas, or anything else. Some people just have a natural talent to sell things. So the main idea here, if you ever want to spread your idea properly, you need those 3 types of people. Let's say that you have a product to sell, and let's assume that you have this delicious cheesecake that you're trying to sell here. Obviously, you can sell and promote the cheesecake by yourself, but there is a very small percentage that this might go viral unless you have some expertise in marketing. So instead of getting through this hassle, I would suggest that you go and find yourself those 3 special people. First, you might want to find your connector to promote your cheesecake to everyone he or she knows, whether in person or social media or any other way. Then you should look for your maven. Your maven knows about the cheesecake and have expertise in this topic, so they might make a review for your product and promote it this way. People usually trust their mavens, so if this person made a review for your product, I guarantee that people will follow that person and will just go for it and buy your product. Finally, find your salesman. This man knows how to convince people to buy the product. He just knows the right words to say at the right time to touch those people emotionally, so they can't resist buying your delicious cheesecake. Now we can move to the third and final requirement that helps your idea to spread, and it is known as the power of context. In order for your idea to spread, there should be good or appropriate environment for it to do so. And here the author Gladwell talks about an interesting theory called the theory of broken windows. He gives a simple example here. Let's say you have an environment that is full of crimes, thieves, and guilty people. Here, you don't try to chase those people. Instead of chasing the people, you change the environment by fixing the neighborhood. And let me give you an example to make this idea clearer. In the 1980s, the subway in New York City was known for the big number of crime incidents. And the way to decrease the number of crimes was not by chasing the people who do those crimes, but it was by fixing the environment around the subway. So what happened there was that the police worked on cleaning the walls from any posters or drawings that encourage violent acts. They also took care of the subway and cleaned it. With time, the number of crimes went down drastically after they changed the environment, and the environment on the subway now feels safer and looks cleaner, so people would think twice before they commit any crime. And the point here is that you should choose the appropriate environment for your idea. The place and time that you share your idea in makes a huge difference. Let me give you an example with the things that are going on today. Let's say that you opened a small business these days to produce face masks and hand sanitizers. The environment now with the coronavirus is really encouraging for this type of business. So the odds now are in your favor, and most likely you will be successful. Your choice and your timing are both on point. And before I end this video, let's just go over the main points that we talked about today. So tipping point is the point that your idea or product reaches in order to spread and reach many people. And this tipping point depends on three main things. Number one is the stickiness factor. Number two is the law of the few. And number three is the power of context. And in order for your idea to spread, you would need to reach three types of people. The first type is known as the connectors. And those are the people who will help you reach others based on their wide range of social relationships. And type 2 is known as mavens. And those are the experts in their field. Those are the experts in their unique field who will help you with your idea or product, and based on their trust, they can bring people your way. And finally, number 3 is the salesman. And those are the people who will help you sell your idea or product. And last but not least, you need to choose the right and appropriate environment for your idea or product to spread. Don't go to athletes, for example, or bodybuilders, and try to sell them a new custom fatty hamburger. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new or different today. If you have any thoughts, comments, concerns, please feel free to comment them down below, or reach out directly to my Instagram page and direct message me. All links are down below. And finally, don't forget to join my family by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. And if you know anybody who might benefit from this information, please feel free to share this video with them. And until next time, stay safe and see you next time.